Alright, so back working in the garage again today. Got things to do to all the Jeeps, but I'm going to start off on the WJ. So last time we were out wheeling out in Logandale, my front spring dropped out.
Nice flex. Spring's still in, I think. There goes your spring.
Which has been a problem I've had before. And previously I'd put some limit straps on, but unfortunately the one on the driver's side where I'd mounted the bracket, it was contacting the track bar mount. It used to be right about there because it was hitting the bracket for the track bar. And so I actually had to cut that one out. And so wouldn't you know it, that was the one that fell out this past time. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. I got these limit strap tabs I got from Barnes, and I'm going to try and find a better place to mount them that won't hit anything so that I can get limit straps on and hopefully keep my springs from falling out anymore. So first thing, got to move the Jeeps around because we got the XJ in the way over here, WJ's over there. I got to get it over on this side, so got to do musical Jeeps to get it over here so I can work on it. Alright, so like I said, I previously had limit straps on here, and you can see I still have one right there on the passenger side, and that's where I had the bottom mount originally on these, was on the top of the truss. And on the passenger side it's doing okay, but it is rubbing slightly on the back of the strap. You can't see it from here, but it's rubbing that, I think, on the cup for the bump stop right there. And so the back of the strap is frayed and stuff, so I should probably relocate that one as well. But the big problem I have right now is over here on the driver's side, where I do not have a strap anymore. And it used to be right here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of metal you can see there where I cut the other one off. That's where it was, and that was contacting. I thought it was going to fit right in there, but it didn't. It was hitting this bracket and at even just a little bit of flex because the tab was about that tall. You can see from where the bump stops are and from where this is, you know, there's only about that much up travel total, but the top of that tab, see there, with the super accurate finger measurement here, was hitting the bottom of that anytime I go over anything more than just a tiny little bump. It was fine on the road, but it was hitting anytime I was off-road pretty easily. So what I'm thinking is I think I'm going to put the new tab right there on the bottom of the spring bucket, and I think hopefully there won't be anything up in this area that it's going to hit. I mean, if it goes really far up, it could still hit the track bar, but I'm thinking by the time that happens, I'm probably going to be hitting my bump stop anyway, so hopefully it won't hit anything. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put it probably right there on the front-ish corner of that. I don't think there's anything else it should interfere with there. And then I still have my top bracket up there that I welded onto the frame. It's behind the steering here, but it's this bracket right here, tab, I welded on the frame. That's still there, and so I'll just need to get a slightly longer strap. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that all ready and get it put on there. That's going to make it harder. My grinding wheel doesn't want to fit. There's always something in it. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that it's not going to hit my sway bar links, but I don't think it does because the strap's going to be out here. The sway bar is going to be there. This is the old strap. You can see right there where it was hitting and wearing through the top of the strap. I'm just using this as a guide right now just to see how it's going to hang. Yeah, see, it's going to be just fine right there. Put it right in like that. sit just like that. Should work just perfect. Now this is the old strap, like I said, so new one's going to be slightly longer because I need the difference between up here and down here. So that's like 2.5, 3 inches. So this is an 11-inch strap. So obviously I'm going to need a slightly longer strap, probably like a 14-inch or something. I don't have those yet. I'm going to get the tabs on today and then measure the distance, and I'll pick up the straps. But for now, I think I know where I want this. I think I want it right there. Let me make sure I'm not going to get in the way of this or anything. Okay. Everything's so tight up in this area because you got your track bar, you got your steering, you got everything. And so there's not a whole lot of places to go with these, so I'm just kind of picking where I think is the best. There we go. Alright, let me show you that. That'll work. Yeah, there's the back side. So there's the front. I think that'll hold on just fine, and I think it should have enough room that it's not going to hit anything when it flexes up. Now I just got to figure something out for the passenger side. Alright, for the passenger side, I got to do something a little different because there's different things over here and not the same place to mount. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So over here on the passenger side, as you can see, that spring bucket doesn't go down because the track bar is there. So I can't attach it to that. There's not really enough room behind it. I mean, I was thinking of maybe putting it on this, sitting straight out, but then I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff here. And so you can see right here, my current strap is definitely hitting something because you can see it's frayed. I think it's hitting this right here when it flexes all the way up. It's just scraping the back of that strap on there. So that strap needs to be replaced too, and I need to move this because this is not working. Let me show you what I'm thinking here. So there's all this stuff up in the front here, but then I was thinking, well, what about if I go to the back of the axle? Around back, I think for now, I'm going to utilize this little hole in the frame. Now, it's not a double shear, but I don't have another tab right now, so I'll probably order another tab, and sometime in the future, I'll weld another tab into the frame right up there. But this will work for the time being. And then for the bottom, there were a whole bunch of different things I was thinking. You know, I was thinking, I could go to this bracket, or I can go to here, or something else. But the thing I got to worry about here, one of the things, is I don't want to interfere with my brake and this is an ABS sensor line, but that's my brake line. I especially don't want to interfere with the brake line. So that's like right here, I'd be worried that's too close to the brake line. Here, maybe not so much, but I also don't want to get in the way of the bump stop coming down. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go right here, which is mounted onto the truss, right next to like this support, and I think that'll work out just fine because there's nothing up above it. There's the exhaust right there, but when I imagine this in my mind and flexing, it's only going to go, the axle's going to travel in this motion right here, up like that, and you can see that it's not hitting anything. There's the strap. There's nothing that it's hitting. It's still a ways away from the exhaust, so I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to attach it right here onto my truss, and I think that'll work. Oh crap, that isn't right. Ha! I just noticed I have that welded onto this, which is fine. That's the support. But I wanted it on this. I put that in totally wrong place, so let me get that off of there. Alright, so I didn't record a whole bunch of that because it was hard to get the camera in there and get the angle while I was welding it. But here's how this one turned out. There it is. It's on there pretty good. This side didn't come out quite as pretty, but it ain't going nowhere. Alright, so all that's left to do with those is let them cool off, and then I'm going to throw some paint on there. What I use on my axles and anything on there is I'm using tractor paint that comes from, I get it at Tractor Supply. It's like tractor and implement paint. It's an oil-based paint, but it's, you know, really thick and seems to work well. And so anyway, I'm gonna let those cool off and then get some paint on there, and then I'll show you what it looks like after they're painted. All right, so I got it all painted up. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, so there we go. That's how it looks when it's all done and painted. That's one side. Other side's about the same, but it's around back. There's the other one. Looks like I may have missed a couple spots there, but whatever, it looks good enough. So like I mentioned before, the paint that I use for this is just tractor, truck, and implement. Exterior oil base seems to work really well on like these axle components and stuff. It's the same thing I used when I painted my axle, and it seems to be holding up all right. There's a few spots where it's flaked off on the diff cover and stuff, but it's an axle, so I'm not super concerned. I don't really do a whole lot of prep with it either. I just clean the metal with mineral spirits, let that all dry off, and then throw the paint on right over that. So it seems to be working fine for, doing axle. If you're going to do something else, maybe you'd want to, prep it a little more and put some primer on or whatever. But for something that's going to be under the vehicle and getting dirty on the trail, that's good enough for me. So I think that wraps up the limit strap tabs for now. I need to go and get myself some actual limit straps. So I'll measure out how big I need, and then I'll go pick some of those up and put them on next. All right, so now that I got the new tabs in, they're all painted up. Now I just got to get the old straps out and the new ones in. Alright, so I got the new straps in. So here's the one on the driver's side. This is the one I did not have on previously because it was hitting up there. So hopefully this will clear everything now. And hopefully it will also keep me from flexing out too far so the spring doesn't come out. And if you remember on the passenger side, not a lot of room up front here. So that right there is the old mount. So you can see the other strap back there. I put it on the back of the axle on this side. So hopefully that will work out there as well. All right, so that takes care of the limit straps. So I ended up going with a 13-inch strap this time. The old ones I had were 11, which it doesn't look like it because it's all curled over. But these were 11-inch straps, and based on the 11 inches was the length of those straps, and then where I mounted these new mounts is about 2 inches lower from here down to about there, about 2 inches lower than where they were before. So I figured 13 inches would probably be about right. So hopefully that'll keep my springs where they're supposed to be, and find out soon enough. Thanks for watching.